afternoon, everyone. My name is Duduzile Kupeka, taking you for Mathematical Literacy Grade 12. Welcome back to class. We are still busy with the past papers, né? So in the front screen, I say this every day. I'm sure those who are attending every day are tired of hearing this, but I will not stop for the sake of the new ones. In the front screen, that is my email address. If you have any questions related to mathematical literacy, you are most welcome to contact me and I will help you through all the work. Even questions relating to the session we have, né? So today we are finishing up with the November 2018 past paper. We are here now with this. We ended off in this question yesterday. University subsidies comprise about 9.86% of the total education budget. Estimate the combined budget as a percentage for education administration and the NSFAS. So I don't know if we calculated this one. So we're looking for what? We can see here that the university's subsidies comprise about 9.86 of the total education budget. So we are estimating the combined budget as a percentage for education administration and NSFAS. So we're looking at two here. We're looking at the education administration and we are looking at NSFAS. There is education administration here at 15.8 billion, and then we've got NSFAS at 15.3 billion. So provide please supply your answers in the chat box. It's quiet in here. I don't know if you didn't understand the question or guys, where are you today? Why are you so quiet today? Okay, I've got one answer there, 9.7%. Thank you, Muti DC. So education administration plus NSFAS will amount to about 31.1 billion rands. And an estimate would be about 9.7%. So Mutidisi, that was very correct. Another way you can show your calculations is that the 15.8 plus 15.3, it is equals to 31.1 billion. And that is about 9.7%, because the question is asking us to estimate the combined budget as a percentage. If we are comparing the fact that the university subsidies comprise about 9.86% of the total education budget. So we are comparing that 9.86 over this one that we just calculated right now. And the university one, the university subsidies is 31.6. So we're actually comparing if 31.6 is 9.86 of the budget. 31.6 is 9.86 of the total budget. Then it means that 31.1 is about 9.7% of this budget. So I hope you can understand the comparison here. These are the two things we're comparing. This one in red, comparing it to the two highlighted in yellow. Okay, Lisette, thank you for your honesty. Let me, this is how I worked out the 9.7 here. We've got the question, let's analyze the question. As you said, I'm sure a lot of others didn't understand the question as well. The question was, university subsidies comprise about 9.86 of the total education budget. So we went to look on our table here. Which one is representing the university subsidies? It is this one. This one, university subsidies is 31.6 billion, right? 31.6 billion, that is the university subsidies. And we have just found out that this 31.6 billion is actually 9.86 of the total education budget. So that's what we have worked out. Another way you can determine if this is really true is you do your own calculations. The reason we are not yet doing the calculation is because the question is saying estimate. So you didn't need to do the calculation because it's saying estimate. Yeah? So you are just deducing the answer from the given information. So let's first deduce the answer from the given information, and then after we'll do the calculations just to check. For now, we can see it's the 9.86 of the total education budget, which is 31.6 billion. So if you were 31.6 billion is 9.86% of the overall education budget. Now, what would the combined NSFAS and Education Administration give us? NSFAS is 15.3 billion and Education Administration is 15.8 billion. So 15.8 plus 15.3 is equal to 31.1 billion. So we are comparing these two now. 31.6 billion for the university subsidies versus the 31.1 billion for these two combined. We get what? If this one is 9.86, then now just as estimate how much would the 31.1 be in percentages of the overall. This is how we do, we are just estimating. But like I said, you can also do your calculations to check if your answer is correct. The 31.6 divided by 320.5. That's the overall education budget, right? That's the overall education budget. And we find it here. Overall, this is the education one, 320.5. You multiply that by 100, and that is how this 9.86 was calculated. They obviously had to round off. 31.6 divided by 320.5 multiplied by 100 would give you 9.8595, you know. Then you round off to 2 decimal places, you would definitely get 9.86%. Then we found out how they worked out that 9.86. Then now you do your own calculation where you can say 31.1 over 320.5 multiply by 100. It is equals to 9 point, let me do the calculation. It's 9.703588, but you round off to, let's round off to, even if we were rounding off to 2 decimal places, it would be 9.70%. So it's still the same. Do you understand how this was worked out? Can you clearly see now? Is this how you did it, Mutsidisi? You combine the percentage from each column. How did you do it, Mutsidisi? Do you mind unmuting and speaking? Oh, Lisedi gets it. I hope everyone else can see it. But I hope you understand why we didn't do the whole calculation for the percentage at first. It's because it's saying estimate. So you do not need to show all those calculations. You can estimate. That's why in the final note there, I have written accept any estimation from 9.5, but less than 9.86. So you could literally not calculate and just estimate any value between these ones. Let me remove the writing here. You could have just gone like this. You could have just estimated. So even if you did not get 9.7, that's not the only correct answer. If you had gotten any value from 9.5%, but less than 9.86, you would be correct because this is asking for you to estimate, not give the exact answer per se. 9.7 is the exact answer. So if you were able to guess or estimate the 9.7, then that's good for you. But even if you had estimated about 9.5 to anything less than 9.86, why anything less than 9.86? Because 31.1 billion is definitely less than 31.6 billion. And that is why. I'm moving on to the next question if you guys are cool. Ne? You can stop me if you want me to go back to certain sections later. Now we are officially starting with the paper 2, guys. We've been busy with paper 1. Ne? Today we are doing paper 2. Question 1 of the paper 2 goes like this. Mapoto plans to purchase a bakkie, which is a motor vehicle. She received the following quotation from a car dealer on 28 February 2018. Extract of a quotation for a bakkie from a dealer. These are various items or details on this quotation. You have the selling price excluding VAT and without the accessories going at 160,087 rand 72 cents. You know, you can read all these information here. Then there's a discount offered at about 6,140 rands. You know, all of these things. Then you can see the VAT 14% there at the bottom. Yeah, that's basically the overall of this this quotation. Now we are doing question 1. Calculate rounded off to 1 decimal place the percentage discount given on the bakkie's selling price excluding VAT. I hope you are typing your answers right now. We are working out the percentage discount. How to work that out? We just worked out, which I just showed you a calculation on percentages. I think by now you would have also noticed that it's very important that you understand how to do the percentage calculations, né? Because they are asked in almost every question we've been doing. So the keyword here is you can see it's for 3 marks. 3 marks, we are calculating the percentage discount given on the bakkie's selling price, excluding VAT. Okay, Liseri, noted. You may speak, Liseri.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so this is how I did mine. I said 6,140 divided by 160,087.72 multiply by 100, and then I got 3.8% as an answer.
Okay, Lisedi, I think you did it correctly. And that is the value excluding VAT, right? Because the selling price here is given at excluding VAT. So that is correct. Thank you so much, Lisedi.
Thank you, ma'am.
So discount percentage is, as Lisedi just explained, it is this discount value given here, 6,140 rands, divided by the selling price of 160,087 rands and 72 cents, multiplied by 100. Then your answer is 3.8353 what, but you will need to write down and round off. Round off at the very last step, which is 3.8%. So you could say 3.8% or 3.8 or 3.8%. Why 3.8? They clearly state here that you need to write it in one decimal place. So it's obvious here that 1 mark is going for the correct answer and the other mark is going for the 1 decimal place. Then the other one would probably go for the first step. So that is how you'd make your 3 marks. The first one for writing the correct formula, the other one for writing the correct answer, and the other one for writing it in 1 decimal place. Then you have your 3 marks. I see Motidisi's answer. Remember, that is a very correct answer, but you would only get 2 marks for that because you've written in 2 decimal places, and the question is clear that they need 1 decimal place. So please, guys, don't forget to look at these fine details that we may overlook. And then show how the amount of 166,561 rands 76 cents was calculated. This amount here at the subtotal, how was this calculated? Lisa, did you raise your hand again?
Oh, ma'am.
Okay, sorry. How did we find the subtotal value of 166,561 rands and 76 cents? This is going at 3 marks again. So you see here, this paper here, you're literally going for distinctions, ne? 3 marks. Okay, since you guys are not speaking to me, let me give you the answer. Subtotal, how we worked out the subtotal is from all these values there. You have the 160,000 rands, 160,087 rands and 72 cents. That is your selling price. Ne? You subtract everything else from that selling price. You subtract this discount. 160 minus discount. Then add everything else. Because remember they mentioned that the selling price is excluding all the accessories and other charges. That's how we got this. So 160,087 rands and 72 cents minus the discount of 6,140 rands. There, that's your answer. From the answer, you add all these other values. Then that is how you will get your value of the 166,561 rand 76 cents, because that's usually adding all the other costs that there are to this car or to this bakkie. Then, yeah, that's the value excluding VAT. That is how we do the calculation. That is for 3 marks. So just understanding that the basic calculation of addition there, you would get your full 3 marks. And then next question, give one reason why customers would prefer to install the accessories or the extras here as shown in the quotation. Why, if you were to buy a car, why would you pay for these accessories here? Let's focus on these ones listed here. Or why would they would prefer to add accessories in general? Because it's not saying reference this one, right? It's just asking why customers would prefer to install accessories. So give me your personal reasons why you would install accessories. I'm sure you have dreams of buying your own cars and install different types of accessories. Why would you do that? What would be your reasons? For 2 marks, this is giving you free will of just thinking of why, the reasons why you personally would want to add accessories or look at these types of accessories provided here and think why someone would want to install such accessories. Guys, why are you so quiet today? Are you guys okay? What's wrong? You don't want to go back to school? Sonia. I'm sorry, Sonia. We are just hoping for the best right now, I guess. But you must all just play your part in being responsible for yourselves and for other people's health, ne? Because that's really the most you can do right now. So play your part and do the best that you can. Or rather, control what you can control. Since you can control the fact that you don't touch people or you wash your hands, you don't hug, you wear your mask, at least do that part. And then everything else, we don't know. We'll just hope and pray for the best for the year. Okay, Genesis is saying the extras are for the safety, and Mutsidis is basically saying the same thing again. The car will be much safer. When Ali said you are worried about finances, ne? It's good, worry, but other people would have these extras, ne? Like these ones are saying for safety reasons or the safety feature. You can protect yourself against thieves or hijackers or the sunlight or door against damages. Yes, Hemia is also correct. Protect against theft. The smash and grab feature, the smash and grab film would that make your windows more resistant to breakage, because people sometimes smash car windows and then they grab, probably if you leave your handbag in your car seat, they'd smash the window just to grab the bag or the radio or anything you have left in your car, and they'd run with it. But this feature would ensure that the window now is more resistant to the smashing. So then at least that's a safety feature And you are protected from thieves. You're also protected from these hijackers, all those reasons. So it is a safety feature. The door protector as well protects you against all these other issues. The smash and grab film also provides a tint for your windows so that it's darker, it's a darker shade. So it also protects against sunlight, ne? So there are various other reasons. Other people might also add these features just for beautification of the car. If they just like a nicer car that add rims, just in overall, just in general now, why people would add extra accessories. Others would want a sunroof, just because they like nice cars and nice things, they would do that. So those are various reasons. And then to get to Liseti's point, you are very right when Ali said it is very responsible to be worried to take care of your finances and plan. Ne? So for this case, yes, let's look at it this way. You might be spending an extra money in getting the smash and grab film and the door protector. It's costing more money. But then let's think of what would actually happen if you do not put this extra accessory and your car is broken into. You'd be losing way more money, right? Going to fix the car. Do you see that also? So always compare your different options. So compare them and see which one would eventually be more expensive in the long run. You might not take care of your health now and think, no, eating healthy is too expensive. And then one day you are sick and you need to get an operation. And then now it's more expensive to go into surgery than it was to actually eat healthy. So you always compare these costs. Other costs you might not see and you think you are saving on them now, but you'll actually pay for those costs, for those choices later in life. Another example, which is completely unrelated to mathematical literacy, is you might sit home and you sit at home and you're not studying and you're not focused on your work and you're not planning for your future. You're not even planning. You don't even know what you'll do next year. That is like you thinking, it will be wasting of your time or whatever. And then come next year, you realize that the choice you had made of not making your choices earlier, the correct choice earlier, has cost you for the rest of your life. Imagine choosing not to study at night before your exam. You choosing to sleep. That is the better option for you at that time. Then you write your exam, which will now affect your whole life now, at least for the whole year. What choice you or what options you have at your disposal for the following year. So it's just that sort of thing. Some choices, they may seem expensive right now, but when you compare in the long run, it will actually be more beneficial that way. And then Magalwandle, what we are subtracting and adding. Oh, what I said about VAT is this one. You see with the selling price here, they're telling us that it is excluding VAT. It is excluding VAT. So that means all these other values up until the subtotal are excluding VAT. So you're not, I think you're asking about that question. So it's when it was asking how we calculated this subtotal. How we got the subtotal is, first of all, they are all excluding VAT. So at least you're working with straight up addition and subtraction. How do we get to this 166,561 rand 76 cents? Is this selling price, you subtract the discount. Because if you buy something at discount, it means that value of the discount is subtracted from the overall selling price, right? If you're going to buy something on sale and they say we are reducing 50 rands, it means you'll pay 50 rands less. So this discount means you are paying 6,140 rands less. So that's why it's the selling price minus this discount. Then here you would have calculated your new selling price. Then you add everything else with that, because we were told that in this selling price, it is excluding all the other extra costs. Then you add all of this. That is how you get your subtotal. So this is basically like a receipt. You can clearly see all the items you paid for, or you will, because this is a quotation, you will see all the items you will be paying for. A receipt is showing you all the items you have already paid for. So I hope that was clear explanation to you. Thank you, Magalwandle. And then when I study, I really like your reasoning. You sound like a very responsible young man. Okay, guys, question 1.1.4. Mapocho has an investment of 1.25 million rands. The money was invested as follows: 27 months investment period, 6% interest per annum compounded annually. Show whether the interest earned on this investment is sufficient to cover the total purchase price of 189,880 rands and 41 cents. So we can see here, the information we can clearly see is that the price, if you were to buy this car in cash right now, it would cost you 189,880 rands and 41 cents. But we find out that Mapocho has investments and he has been investing for 27 months. He has been investing for 27 months. And how much did he put away? He put away 1.25 million in his investment, which has been growing at 6% interest per annum compounded annually. So here, this is bringing us back to that topic of compound interest and investments. So how to work this out? 9 marks, a whole 9 marks. So here you will literally be getting a whole lot of marks if you get this correct. How do we do this? How do we work this out? We want to show whether the interest earned on this investment is sufficient to cover the total purchase price of 189,880 rands and 41 cents. So what do we first do to calculate this? I'm going to show you 2 ways I did this. Option 1, we need to find out exactly what is this 27 months, right? So that we can apply this compound interest here because it's stating it's compounded annually. You've got 27 months. What is 27 months in years? So that for ease of calculations. 27 months divided by 12. Why dividing it by 12? I want to find the value of this 27 months in years. It is 2.25. You can do your own calculations. 1 month is 12. 1 year is 12 months. So 2 years would be 24 months. That means 27 months is actually 2 years and 3 months. The 2.25 means it's 2 years but plus 0.25 years. What is 0.25 years? 0.25 times 12 is equals to 3 months. You see, you can literally, you don't even need to write it down. You can work it out with your fingers. 2 years is 24 months, and then you calculate 25, 26, 27. That lends you to 3 months. So it's actually 2 years and 3 months for this time. He has been investing this money for 2 years and 3 months. That is what we're getting. And then now we are working it out. Interest year 1. What interest was earned in year 1? How much interest accumulated in the first year of this investment? You remember he put away how much? 1,250,000 rand. That is 1.25 million, right? Another thing before I continue, it's important that you be able to write down these values. If you're given it like this, you're given like this, you need to be able to do this calculation. You need to be able to write this number in full, or else you affect all your calculations. So 1,250,000 rands, that is your principal value, right? That's the amount you started with. That's your principal value. You multiply it by the 6%. We're not doing anything with the 6% because it's given at 6% per annum compounded annually. It would be different if it was compounded monthly or so. But now it's compounded annually. So you write it as it is. 6% multiplied by the principal amount. That is the interest earned in year 1. So by putting away 1.25 million, Mapocho has gotten an interest of 75,000 rand. What is the interest earned in year 2? 6% multiplied by a new principal amount now. This was the initial principal amount, right? Plus the interest that was earned. That would be your new principal for the second year. You remember that, right? With compound interest, the interest is calculated on the new principal each year or each month. If it was compounded monthly, the new interest would be calculated on the new principal amount per month. But because it's compounded annually, then the new interest is calculated on the new principal amount for the following year. So this is the new principal amount, which is 1,325,000 rand multiplied by 6%. That means for the second year, he had earned 79,500 rands. And then for the 3 months now, we need to do your calculations correctly. Why? In the first two parts, the interest year 1 and interest year 2, we were working with years. Ne? That is why the 6% remained as it is, because this is compounded annually and you're working with the year, so you don't change anything to it. But now we are working with months, 3 months. We need to convert the 6% because this 6% is charged per year. But how much is charged in 3 months? It is when we'll say 6% multiplied by this 3 representing the 3 months over the 12 representing the year, right? That's why we are doing it like this. It's this 6% multiplied by 3 over 12. It is equals to 1.5%. So the interest that accumulated on the new principal amount for the 3 months was 1.5% and not the 6%. That is why interest for 3 months is now the 1.5% multiplied by that new principal amount, which was found from interest year 2. Then you've got 1.5% multiplied by that new principal amount. So this one, I hope you can follow. This one, it means it was the new amount for interest year 2 when you add the principal plus the interest. You can see this is the principal plus interest. Then you get your answer, which is in the 3 months, the interest that accumulated was 21,067 rands and 50 cents. What does that mean now? It means the interest earned in these 27 months is 75,000 plus 79,500 plus 21,067 rands 50 cents, which is 1 million. Which is 175,567 rands 50 cents. That is how much interest was earned. 175,567 rands 50 cents. Now to answer the question, interest earned is not enough or not sufficient to cover the price of the bakkie, because the price of the bakkie is 189,880 rands 41 cents. But the interest that was earned here is 175,567 rands and 50 cents. Are you still with me? Are you following? Are you okay? Did you understand all that I just explained? May you please answer this one, guys? I really need to know. Okay, so thank you for that. I'm glad you all understood. Listen, it's not really complicated if you break it down. Ne? If you at first glance, yes, you look at the 9 marks and then you think of all these steps, it would be very complicated and very intimidating. But as soon as you break it down, that's what I always advise. Break it down step by step and you'll see it's very easy to work out at the end of the day, because now you can see all these steps we just followed are things you know, and it's things you've always known. It's just that when you just look at it at first glance, it might look very intimidating, but work it out step by step and you'll eventually get to the correct answer. Yes, Mutidisi, It's short by that amount, 14,312 rands 91 cents. So it's short by that. But it's good. It's still very much, it's a good amount to have. Imagine, you see how good investments are. You just put away. It's unfortunate we don't have 1 million rands to put away. But if you have, put it away. And even if you don't have a million, put whatever you have away towards an investment and let it gain interest compounded annually or compounded monthly. As long as it's gaining interest, it will be of good use to you after a few years or a few, whatever. Just put away whatever you have. I'm glad you understood that. That means I don't need to show you option 2, right? Or I can quickly move through option 2 with this last 2 minutes I have. We worked it out. I showed you the 27 months is actually 2 years and 3 months or 2 quarter years. First year value is that one. I showed you this calculation. It's this principal value multiplied by the interest rate plus principal value, because this one here, you are actually working out the interest, then you add it to the principal to get your new total amount. Then the second year value, you repeat the calculation, but now you started with the new principal multiplied by the interest rate to get the interest plus the principal amount, you get the new value. And the last 3 months, it's that principal amount multiplied by the, oh, here, this is a mistake. It was actually supposed to be 4/6. Yeah, that one. The difference, then you go to the difference there, you still get the same answer. Then your answer, it is not enough or not sufficient. It is important that this very last line, you include it, because that is actually what the question is asking. Is it enough or not enough to cover? You were working all this out just to get to this part. So don't forget to write this part, that no, it is not enough. You've worked it out. Ne? You're showing it. That is it for now. Tomorrow we'll start with 1.1.5 from November 2018 paper 2. We'll be starting with this one from tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, right? Yeah. So we'll cover this for tomorrow. Starting from here, question 1.1.5, November 2018 paper 2. If you like, you can go prepare yourself for tomorrow, or just so you have the answers ready when you start. Starting from this one and going right through to all the other financial sections. But yep, that is the English, guys. That is it from me today. Thank you so much for your participation and your attendance. I hope you are learning every day. Bye. Abonile and Nicholas, it's the first time I'm seeing you. Hello and thank you. I'm done, Kobe. We are done. We can log out, finish. I'm done.